The palace says that doctors are surrounding the Queen and, most importantly, members of her family are also travelling up. And that is significant because the Queen has had various bouts of ill health before, but this is the first time that I can remember that so many members of the royal family have gone to the Queen's side. She's been up at Balmoral for many weeks now, and that's customary for her. She spends the summer up at the Balmoral estate. We saw in the last couple of days a further indication that her health was not what it was, because a very significant event was due to take place here in London, the appointment of a new Prime Minister, but instead it was decided that the Queen would not travel down to London for that she would stay up in Balmoral. Now, that didn't have too many people alarmed because she has had mobility issues before and she's previously pulled out of various events. Yesterday, we had another indication that things may be declining in terms of the Queen's condition, because Buckingham Palace put out a statement saying that she had had to cancel a meeting of the Privy Council. She was due to do that virtually, but the doctors told her that it was important that she rested. Again, that wasn't all that surprising because she, just a couple of days earlier, had had a really big event, both seeing Boris Johnson, where he resigned at Balmoral, and also holding an audience with her new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. So that was a big day for the Queen, perhaps understandable that she needed rest. Clearly, something has changed overnight, because the doctors say they are now worried, and they've described her as being comfortable at Balmoral. So I think the fact that so many members of the royal family are going up, we're told that Charles and William are going there, Princess Anne, Princess Andrew, and also the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla. They will all be going up there to be there at Balmoral. So it does give you an indication about just how concerned they are. We also saw the concern of some of the leading politicians here in the UK. This was announced to various politicians while the chamber was in session, and you saw the look on various politicians' faces when notes were being passed around. So this is a level of alarm that has not been seen before in terms of the Queen's condition, and it's perhaps understandable that members of her family are going up there, because the signals from doctors are that they are very clearly concerned.
And of course, what can you tell us in general, over the past year about her health?
Well, the Queen's actually been in pretty good health for a 96-year-old, of course. She did last year have another scare. She was taken to hospital for a procedure. That was a heart procedure. But the details of that visit weren't really released until it was done and dusted. The Queen was back home. So that was a successful procedure on her heart, we were told. And while that was slightly concerning, the Queen bounced back quite well, really. The main issue has been, we're told, mobility up until now. So there was a lot of questions over whether she would be able to make her Platinum Jubilee. In the end, she rallied for that, and we saw her up on the balcony at Buckingham Palace for the flyover. That was a huge event, and there were big screams that went out when the Queen emerged, because there had been some questions as to whether she could manage it. Now, she had to rein in her schedule shortly thereafter, because clearly standing for that long was quite taxing for her. But up until now, it's mostly been confined to issues around her mobility. This seems like something much more. We did see her yesterday, the day before, when she was meeting Boris Johnson and Liz Truss. A few official photographs were released, and she was using a walking stick, and she was looking a little frail, but she is a 96-year-old. She was smiling and shaking the hand of the Prime Minister. So that may have put some people's concerns to rest for a while. But it does appear that her condition has deteriorated enough for the palace to put this statement out. To my knowledge, she didn't have any major events that she was due to be at today. So there was no natural reason for the palace to tell the world what was going on. It does seem that they think people need to know what's going on because her condition is so poor at the moment.
OK, Nick Dole in London, thanks very much for keeping us up to date.